You're a strange one, sir. It must be something special to convince you to return. Although, if I had a Goomba that cute waiting for me at the dock, I might return too. Well, whatever you're doing, be careful. Goodbye, sir. Long time no see, Mario. I'm totally glad I got to see you again. This is awesome. Everyone's ready. We heard you were coming, so we've been waiting here for you. So, are you ready to go? Wherever you want to go, we are so there with you. Hey guys, it's Jag. Welcome back to the arcade. Let's get back to just another game. Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door, where we are in the first episode of post-game content. Now, after you go through the credits, you have the opportunity to save your game, and if you do that, you end up, on this scene where you're coming back to Rogueport after you've beaten the Shadow Queen, and you have the opportunity to do post-game things. If you didn't do the Pit of 100 Trials, you can do that now. There are a few troubles to do. There are a few Easter eggs to go see. So we're going to be spending at least one, probably 2 episodes on doing a few of those things. I don't know how long each episode's going to be. But before we get started, there is one thing that I wanted to show off. And it's back in the Shadow Queen fight, so I'll see you there. Alright, so the first thing that I wanted to show off is we were given an opportunity very, very, very late in the game to actually join the Shadow Queen. Now, naturally, we didn't do it. Because Mario is a good guy, and there's no way in hell that he would join the Shadow Queen even if, Peach looks pretty hot. Evil Peach is actually pretty sexy. But there was actually a more practical reason for why I didn't do that. It would have completely broken the flow of all these dramatic events. I would have been going through the game. We had just taken out Grotus, we had taken out Bowser, we'd finally cornered Grotus down here. And he gets his butt handed to him, Peach gets possessed, and then it's like, oh hey, you know what? Look at all these funny events that just happened. I'm gonna do a dumb, and I'm actually gonna take up the Shadow Queen on her offer to join her. And look at that, I actually have to start the game over. Spoilers, joining the Shadow Queen does give you one of the game's 2 fairly unique game over scenes. The other being Ghost T or whatever his name was. So it's like, yes, I do want to show that off, but I might as well wait until I'm doing these bonus episodes when I'm showing off some other things too. So I had to save, I copied it, I had to save to come back and do all this. And because I knew I wasn't going to be even bothering doing the Shadow Queen fight, burning through Grotus, Bowser, and Koopa for essentially a 3rd time was actually really easy. It turns out that if you're not worried about saving your FP or your HP or conserving your items, just putting Mario and Bobbery out there, having Mario multi-bounce and Bobbery do nothing but bombast, actually a pretty viable strategy to burn through those fights really quick. Now the funny part of this, and I mean like funny, aw damn it, not really funny, haha, and I couldn't believe this happened. Not only after the Grotus fight, but after the Bowser and Cammy fight, my curse activated and doubled my star points. So for those 2 fights, I basically got better than a level's worth of star points. I think I got 59-ish each. Which means that even though this is going to have less playtime, and this save file is going to go absolutely nowhere, in fact it will probably get overwritten at some point, this jump file will actually have Mario at level 34, whereas my playthrough will have him at 32. I think I end up at least 50 star points ahead on this file than on my last one, which is really kind of frustrating. I really could have used that level before fighting the Shadow Queen. If you're curious about what I spent the level on, I went on flower points. I went from 50 flower points to 55, I think. Alright. So Frankly is in this random room, and you will, even though I probably shouldn't tell you this, or shouldn't have to tell you this. You never actually find this room. It's just a generic room with the Shadow Palace backdrop in there and frankly sitting inside. It's assumed that like it's a broom closet somewhere, I think. I think it even says it's basically a broom closet if you go back and talk to him in the post game, and we will. But here we go. Grotus is about to get his ass handed to him. That never works out, Grotus. Supreme evils are never bound to the person who frees them. And you're dead. But you're not, are you? Somehow you survived us just ahead. I assume that helmet's full of life support. Although your head got vaporized, so I don't know what you're coming back from. Of course, here are the Shadow Sirens. And they are truly, responsible for the resurrection of the Shadow Queen. Which, honestly, while I'm here, I might as well say, I think this is a great look for Peach. I think this is like a very natural look for an evil Peach. Not only is she kind of like a darker, obviously she's dressed in grays and blacks, but her normal blue gems are blood red, her crown is spikier. I actually really think that they may come back and revisit this if Peach gets possessed, or maybe, God willing, they break the formula and Peach just turns out evil at one point. Alright. Barbie takes a stand back. And here we go. What happens if we become her servant? I can finally show this off.
Yes, you are obedient. Good, my pet. Now you are mine. You will serve me for eternity.
And so the Shadow Queen engulfed the world with her foul magic. For Mario, for Peach, and for the world, it was... game over. So yeah, just a little bit of extra story dialogue that there is technically a bad ending that maybe some people wouldn't be brave enough to try, but there you go. Alright, I'll see you guys back in the main file. So there you go. That means that there is a bad ending in Paper Mario. They even give you some dialogue for it to show you, hey, you kinda effed up, buddy, and you doomed the world, and I hope you saved nearby because you have to do all this over again. Please, if you're gonna do that, save after you do the big Grotus and Bowser and Kemi fight. It would actually be really awful to go through and do those again. Lumpy, anything new for you?
Oh, Mario, how's it going?
Hey, guess what? I kept a journal of my hunt for black gold.
It's a little embarrassing, but want to read it?
Sure, let's take a look. This is something that we could have read at any time. I never actually came back to do this, but Lumpy does have like a 7-part journal here where you can access it pretty early after he comes back from hunting for gold. I think you actually have to invest in him for his mission to succeed and unlock all of this. But this is actually kind of a cool journal. It has some Easter eggs back to Paper Mario. So let's read them. The night before. I'm finally off tomorrow. I filled my pack with cheese and I'm ready to go. My to-do list is crossed off. I owe so much to all of my investors. Not just money. The old get-rich-quick dream, but this is different. I have a reason. See, I owe it to my hometown. It's so cold there, people are constantly shivering. If I find oil and send it there, then people can use it to heat their homes. Oil will make me rich and then them happy. It seems to be the perfect goal, right? I have always had this dream since I was very small. Of course, getting rich is a big part of it too, but who doesn't want money? Money, cover me with it, please. Well enough for tonight. Yeah, that's a little embarrassing. Okay, let's read some more. I don't know if I'm going to go through all of these. I'm probably go through half this episode. We'll go through half next episode. The Bazaar Fiend. The Bazaar Fiend. Why did it have to turn out like this? I got to Toad Town by boat, then took a train to the foot of Mount Rugged. Unfortunately, you can only get from Mount Rugged to Dry Desert on foot. and tragedy waited for me as I slogged faithfully up that winding trail. It was a huge, awful vulture. I had read about it in my travel brochures. This Buzzar accosted all travelers on Mount Rugged. I hightailed it, but Buzzar had me in its sights. I felt a piercing jolt as its claws dug deep into my backpack. After dropping me onto a cliff, Buzzar seemed to forget me and disappear. I let out a big sigh of relief, but when I touched my back, I noticed my pack was gone. My pack, and it was all my food and money to start the operation. No! That mangy buzzard made off with everything of importance to me. All I have left is this journal, a shovel to dig for oil, and my life. But perhaps living is a miracle enough, or so I'd like to believe. But now I can't turn back. I climb down the mountain to the desert. The dry desert sprawls out before me, beckoning dreamers and fools. I am both, and I set out with a heart full of dread. Alright, Chapter 3. A Helping Hand. A helping hand. I am now in a place called Dry Outpost. Someone pulled me, lifeless and parched, from the merciless desert floor. It was a Koopa with a fine mustache named Colorado, an angel in a pith helmet. He was a world-traveling adventure archaeologist. I told him about Buzzar, and my quest for oil, and my dreams of riches and warmth for my people. After I spoke at length, he gave me food and water. I asked him why he should be so kind, and he looked into the distance and said, "Turning one's back on an ambitious dreamer invites others to do the same to you, old boy. I just want to believe in every dream this sad old world can muster." This guy, he still chases his own dreams, dusty dreams of archaeology. We stayed up all night discussing each other's dreams. It was great. Alright, so Colorado actually, I had my doubts on Colorado as we were going through some of right, as we're going through the volcanoes. Trying to remember, I wanted to say he was in the ice palace, but that was in the post game. No, as we were going through the volcano, I was having my doubts about how stable he was and how noble he actually was. Maybe he matured a little bit after the events of Paper Mario. Alright, let's read one more, The Reliable Guide. A reliable guide. I am now at a desert oasis. After Colorado left, I set out from Dry Outpost to find my digging point. But the desert is so wide, it's impossible to find anything without a guide. I had no idea where I was going, and my head was splitting in the heat. My throat was burning and scratchy. Was I awake? Was I asleep? I heard a voice calling to me from far away. "Hey, are you a nice guy? If you're a nice guy, then give me something nice." I didn't have the food or water I received from Colorado. I had nothing. "Why do you lie here? If you are a nice guy, give me a nice thing, and I will help." I croaked. All I have is my dream. When I next awoke, I was at this oasis. "You're awake, I heard." There was a squeak there in a gray headscarf. "My name is Mustafa. You had nothing to give, but I got something nice anyway." I don't know how or why, but it seems I've been saved by yet another stranger. "Do you need a guide? If there's somewhere you want to go, I will take you." Unbelievable, I've actually found a reliable guide. That's enough for now. We'll come back to this tomorrow. I really love the fact that they threw in some of the characters of Dry Desert. Like, it's not just this one little Easter egg saying, "Hey, I'm going to Dry Desert to dig for oil." No. If you invest with him, he gives you a little bit more. And he tells you basically a little bit about how some of your friends are doing. And, I like it. It's a really cool bit of narrative they didn't have to throw in, but it's much appreciated. Alright. What's up, Professor?
You seem pretty cheery, and as always I am happily busy with my research. By the by, do you know what was in that treasure chest we found in the palace? It contained a dried shroom. Oh no, it's nothing to be disappointed by. Now we know for certain that people indeed ate mushrooms 1,000 years ago. This is a groundbreaking anthropological discovery. If you say so. I have a feeling that Colorado would have been completely disappointed by that. He would want it to be actual treasure. But while we're here, let's take a look at our beautiful data log. So full, all the way down to the Shadow Queen. Shadow Queen follows Shadow, the demon who possessed Peach. She tried to cast the world into darkness, but Mario whipped her but good. And Peach is back to normal, thank goodness. So you don't actually see... Oh no, it does give you her stats. But that's cool. Alright. So now we're gonna do at least one, maybe two troubles. These are kind of definitely not worth it in the long run. You basically do these if you want to fully complete the game. Doty, roust these cads. I really wanted to see the great tree, but there are many cads in the way. Won't someone please roust these ne'er-do-wells? I am waiting in Boggly Woods near the great tree. Want to take on Doty's trouble? Yeah, let's do it. Do it and do it right. At least two of these three kind of don't either have a reward that isn't really worth doing it, or is completely too long. In fact, we're only going to be doing 2 out of 3 at the most today. It's the third one, I'm just going to put this out there. It requires you to go down to floor 50 of the Pit of 100 Trials, which means I have to go down there again. Yay! And I'm going to be doing that probably over this weekend. I'm not going to be doing that today. So that's definitely going to be one that waits. And I'm going through this pipe to get to where the trouble is, because this is actually going to be closer. We haven't done this pipe since the first time. And I wonder... I sincerely doubt it. But, Bubber, you can't blow that hole open, can you? No, that was just for, the Puny to come through and guide us. Punio. Alright, back in the Boggly Woods. I'm having to remember some of these names that I haven't actually thought about in forever. You must be Doty. Ah, now this is a problem. Eh, what's that, you say? You can help me? Excellent, just marvelous. I was just about to give up on the whole deal. I came to the woods to see the great tree, but these thugs up ahead scared me. Contending with goons is not part of my repertoire, so to speak, so I've stalled here. Do you suppose you could give all the goons up ahead a proper thrashing for me? Well, I'll be waiting here until you do. Thanks in advance, chum. I feel like we could. But do we care? I don't think I care. What am I gonna do it for? I'm gonna be doing it for levels that I can't really use. So why don't we go ahead and put on Bump Attack and make this a complete joke, because I think it's just standard Boggly enemies. Nothing new. And there you go, it's done. Done already, eh? Marvelous. I can finally see the great tree. I'm in your debt, sir. It isn't much, but I hope this will do for your troubles. It's my change from lunch. You got 20 coins. Perhaps I'll see you up ahead. Well, why don't we go ahead and take a look? And we solved the trouble. This is one where obviously you can fight those fights if you really wanted to, but if you have the Bump Attack badge, there's really no reason to. And if you want to see those fights, find the game on the eShop, play it yourself. There's a ton that I haven't shown off, and there's a ton that I still won't get to. Hello, Doty. Ah, the great tree. As you watch us foolishly continue to repeat history, what could you think of us? You can do nothing but stand and watch our ignorance. No, what rot.
To assume that a tree can do nothing. That only proves my own foolishness.
Kind of a philosopher of your time, aren't you, Doty? Well, nice little scene there, and we head back. So that was fairly easy. Let's go head up and get the next trouble. And this one is also fairly easy. I would I still have my bump attack equipped. Would recommend if you do this trouble though, try not to spend a ton of money on it. But let's go see what... I think we briefly saw who is going to be offering this trouble. It's Little Bob. Little Bob, the rich boy in Poshley Heights. I hope he's still there. I believe he is. So what does Little Bob have to ask us to do? As I wander around with Bobbery and nobody else, because Bobbery is amazing. Alright. Bob,
help me make up. I got in a fight with my mom and I need you to help me make up with her. I'll be waiting near the Sanctum in Poshley Heights.
Wanna take on Bub's trouble? Yeah, let's do it. Do it and do it right. Alright, so this one doesn't feel like it's gonna be too bad, and the pipe is nearby, so I don't think I'm gonna be doing a cut. The reward for this is coins, and you have to remember that you're doing a favor for a little kid. Even if he's a rich little kid, he's still a kid. I wouldn't and he's already given you like his most prized possession. He gave you a shine sprite earlier. I wouldn't expect too much from him for this, and that's why I'm saying, like, try not to spend a ton of money. I guess at this point, you don't really need money. And if you're planning on going down on the next trouble, you're gonna get more money than you have any reason to have, because you have to go down to floor 50 again, and bump attack doesn't work. But here's a neat little Easter egg that we're gonna run into on the way. Hello, Bo.
It is you, isn't it, Mario? Well, it's been quite a while, hasn't it? I've come here with Bootler, yes, a little vacation to Poshley Sanctum. I hadn't left the mansion in ages. I figured it was the time to turn some heads on the road. But what a nice surprise to see you. Feel free to be overwhelmed by my beauty.
Hello, Bootler. She's as handful as ever, I see. Lady Bo, your beauty is like the song of a nightingale in the evening. Indeed, I feel you've grown into a fine young girl who can make your ancestors proud.
You don't get to see the rest of your partners. As far as I know, I'm going to look more into that before I shoot the next episode. This just seems to be a one-off, but it's nice to see Lady Bo.
Bo, however you want to pronounce it. One of my favorite partners, at least personality-wise, from Paper Mario. Hello, Bub.
I've been waiting for you, mister. See, I got in a fight with my mom and I want to make it up to her. So I wrote her a letter and I want to give her a present. But I don't know what to get. I've narrowed it down to 3 things, so could you help me decide?
You can do a shroom cake, a Killmongo, or a fright mask. For the purposes of expediency, I think I'm gonna do a Killmongo.
You got great taste, so I'm sure it'll go over well. You also have to go find it and bring it here. Cause, you know, they don't sell those things here.
Obviously the fright mask, if you're gonna pay for it, is the cheapest thing. The shroom cake is the most expensive, and I don't know that I actually have the ingredients and I don't want to go get it. No, the Ultra Shroom was a shroom crepe, but the Killmongo is right here, so I'm sure she'll like fresh fruit. This is definitely the quickest item to get. I believe they sell fright masks in Rogueport if you want to get one. I don't remember how much they are. I want to say they're still around 3 to 5 coins. They might be more. I'm probably wrong. Post-ticks? How much are your fright masks? Anyway, Little Bob. Here you go.
Did you bring a Killmongo from my mom?
Here you go.
Yahoo! A Killmongo! Thanks, mister. I'll just attach this letter, and we're done. But I'm afraid to give it to her. She may still be mad. Can you give it to her and come back, please?
You got a present. The thing Bub asked you to deliver to Sylvia. Alright, well, she's just down the road, so this will be a real quick trip. I'm going to show you guys what you get for staying in the hotel. That'll probably be the next episode, too. Sylvia, my dear lady, I have a present from your darling little son.
Why, hello, Gonzalez. Do you need something?
Here you go.
From little Bub, you say? Why, there's a letter. Let me just read it. Dear lovely Mama, I'm sorry I didn't do my homework. From now on, I'll do my homework and try to be a good babam like Papa. And I will give you good food and a nice house. And a pretty hat. So please don't hate me. From Bub. Oh, I'm just gonna break down and cry here. Oh, how delightful. Wah, wah.
At least she did not explode.
Oh, Gonzalez, don't mind my tears. They are joyful ones. I just want you to tell Bub something for me. Tell him I'm not angry. I was just being stern because I love him and I care about his future. I never meant to hurt his little feelings by it. And I'm sorry I lost sight of that. Gonzalez, please bring my little Bub back to me now.
What do you have to say about this? It seems Bub and the missus had a little row, huh? It's hard when they get into that rebellious age, you know, dear boy. I'm sure it's even harder for a babam. Well, that's a nice, cute little story. When you're a kid, at least I think a lot of kids, probably not every kid, but a lot of kids have that fear of disappointing their parents from time to time. And we all got in trouble for not doing our homework, didn't we?
Hey, mister, how was it? Did she like the present? She's not mad anymore? Yahoo! Woo! It's all thanks to you, mister. You're the person I respect most, after my dad. And as a reward, I'll give you my entire fortune. Not that I have many coins, though.
You got 3 coins. And you solved the trouble. And that is definitely one that you want to do for the feels. But we're gonna call it an episode here. Next time, oh lord, we still have that trouble to do in the pit of 100 trials, and there are a couple more small things that I do want to show off. So I'll see you then. Thanks for coming out and joining me today. As always, I appreciate it. If you enjoyed what you saw, let me know. Give me a likes, leave me your comments. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Y'all have a great day. Bye bye.